A popular question we get here at ProPhoto goes something like this. I already have a ProPhoto site and love it, but I want to switch it to a new design. Can I work on the new design but leave my current ProPhoto design up and running as it is right now? The answer is that it can definitely be done. It just takes a little bit of work to pull off. As you're probably aware, you can save and switch between ProPhoto designs at any time you want in the ProPhoto Manage Designs area. However, you can't edit a new design unless it is the active design, and any changes made in the ProPhoto Customize area get applied to the active design. So, if you wanted to work on a new design before it is visible, the easiest option would be to activate your new design in the ProPhoto Manage Designs area, and then activate the Under Construction mode under ProPhoto, Customize, Site Settings, Miscellaneous. But understandably, this doesn't work for everyone, since some folks want their site to remain visible while they work on their new design at the same time. So in this video here, we're going to show you how to do exactly this, step by step. In general, the steps are: 1. Install a brand new WordPress ProPhoto site in a temporary location. 2. Work on customizing your new ProPhoto design in this temporary location. And 3. Export your completed ProPhoto design over to your live site. Step number 1. Installing a new temporary site. You can install your new temporary site by following our tutorial at prophoto.com/installation. You will install a brand new, separate WordPress ProPhoto site inside of a temporary subfolder of your domain. For example, assuming a domain of mysite.com, the most common place to install is at mysite.com/temp. Just make sure that during the installation process you do not overwrite your existing WordPress ProPhoto site. So for example, if your current WordPress ProPhoto site is at mysite.com, do not choose mysite.com as the installation location for your new site, or your existing site will get overwritten. Again, you'll want to install in a subdirectory like mysite.com/temp. Also, if you are hosted with Bluehost, do not choose to install the new WordPress ProPhoto site at your temporary URL, which would look something like this. If you install WordPress at this temporary URL, it can also overwrite your existing site. So again, just install in a separate subdirectory. Also, while installing ProPhoto in the temp site, feel free to skip the registration step after activation. Instead, use the unregistered test mode option that ProPhoto provides under ProPhoto, Customize, Site Settings, Miscellaneous. That way you don't have to use up one of your 2 allowable installations. Additionally, this keeps the temporary site you installed private. Only you'll be able to view when logged in, and no one else will be able to see it. Finally, if applicable, install any add-on design that you need to work on by visiting the ProPhoto Manage Design screen and upload your zip file. You can click here to view the design installation help video. Once you see your design in this area, you will click to create a working copy of the new design, and you'll activate it to personalize it. Step number 2, working on your new ProPhoto design. Pretty straightforward. Once you get WordPress and ProPhoto installed and working in your new temporary site, simply use the ProPhoto customization features to create your new design. While you're doing this, your current live ProPhoto site will not change at all. It will continue to function as it always has. So you have as much time as you need to work on your new design. Step number 3, exporting your ProPhoto design to the live site. Once you are done creating your new, unique ProPhoto design in the temporary site you installed, you will want to export that design by going to the ProPhoto Manage Designs area. Simply click the Export button, and you'll see a pop-up box appear telling you that the design zip file was created. Just click the link in the pop-up to generate a download of that design zip file that was created. Next, head over to your current live site, for example mysite.com, log in and go to the ProPhoto Manage Designs area of the site. Click the Upload Design Zip button and then choose and install the design zip file that you just exported from the temporary site. After the design is uploaded, you should see it in the Inactive Designs area. Simply click Activate and your new design will become active on the site. Now, there are several very important things to note about the design zip file that gets exported out of the temporary site and imported into the live site. 1. The design zip file does not contain any content that you may have created on the temp site. For example, if you created some posts or pages in the temporary site to see how they would look in your new design, be aware that they will not be included in the design export zip file. The design export zip file only contains those settings made in the ProPhoto Customize area. Content, like posts, pages, are completely separate from ProPhoto settings and as a result are not part of the design zip file. If you want to bring over any content that you created in your temporary site, you will need to do that separately by following the instructions in our Importing WordPress tutorial found here. 2. Since the ProPhoto design zip does not contain any content, if you created a static home page and blog page on your temporary site, be aware that your design zip will not contain these pages or any specific settings you made regarding those pages. Therefore, you'll need to import those pages over, as discussed in item number 1, or you'll need to recreate in the live site. Once you've done that, you can modify any settings in ProPhoto Customize related to the home or blog page. For example, if you had set your bio area to show on the static home page, but not on the blog page in your temp site, you will need to recreate those settings in the live site again under ProPhoto Customize, Bio Area, General. Number 3. In a related note, since the design export does not include any content, any navigation links created in the temp site to specific content within the temp site will need to be recreated when the design is imported into the live site. For example, if you had created a menu link to an About page in your temp site, you'll need to check that link when the design is imported into the live site and make sure it links to the About page in your live site. Number 4. The design zip file also does not contain any widgets that you may have created or modified in the Appearance Widgets area of your temp site. We'll spare you the gritty details, but suffice it to say, widgets within the WordPress framework are very tricky, and so ProPhoto can export widgets within a design zip file. As a result, you will need to recreate your widgets in your live site or try exporting the widgets over separately. To recreate your widgets in the live site, you could just have your live site and temporary site open in 2 separate browsers, go to the Appearance Widget screen in both, and copy what you did in your temp site over in your live site. Or, to export the widgets from your temporary site into your live site, you could try using a WordPress plugin. In the text version of this tutorial, we include a link to a plugin that we have seen other ProPhoto users use successfully to accomplish this. Just be aware that we don't provide any support ourselves for third-party plugins, so if you have questions, you'll need to contact the plugin developer directly. Well, that's it. Once you've imported the design zip into your live site and made any other necessary changes or updates, your design transfer should be complete. You are free to delete the temp site you installed if you don't need it anymore, or if you'd rather, you can leave it running if you plan on using it again in the future.